How big a game is this on Saturday?
How big? It's massive, isn't it? It's it's one that we've got to win. It's a really, really important game. So one we're looking forward to and we're ready.
It was goalless on Tuesday night, so there's everything to play for on Saturday.
Absolutely, everything to play for, yeah. Obviously we're desperate to stay in this division. It was a really tough game. Down at Montrose, they played really, really well in the night. We managed to keep a clean sheet, which was good, because in another day we could have lost that game. But no, it's a massive match for both teams.
How much will home advantage count?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping it counts. Unfortunately, we've not had a great home record, have we? Although we've picked up in the last couple of games. So yeah, we'll get the fans behind us, and hopefully that makes a difference.
Montrose showed that they're a tough opposition. There's no room for complacency.
No, there's no room for complacency in anything, is there? And that's certainly in football and anything in life. But no, we know how tough it's going to be. We knew it was going to be tough down there, which proved on the night. As I said to you, Montrose were excellent on the night. We need to improve if we're going to stay in this division.
How much pressure is on players?
I'm sure that there'll be pressure on the players. Of course there are, because there's pressure on us all, isn't there? We know how important this is for the club and for the fans. But we've just got to deal with that. A lot of the players have got experience in there. So yeah, no, there's pressure, but we've got to deal with it, haven't we?
How critical is it for you to stay up in this division?
Yeah, it's critical, isn't it? It's really, really important that we want to stay in this division. We were really unlucky in the league. We're only 3 points off a fifth, but we are where we are. It's going to be a tough day for us. But yeah, of course, it's really important that we stay in the division. But we've got to go out there and perform, and we've got to do better than we did the other night there.
Team news?
Well, I've got one or two other ones will come in that didn't play in the plastic pitch. James Carragher will be available. Sean McAllister will be available. They were on the bench the other night there. So I've got Danny Devine, who rolled his ankle on the pitch down there. So Danny's a doubt. Danny Devine. And the long termers are out. I've actually got Charlie Gilmore. Believe it or not, has been working on the grass now. So it's nice to see him out in the grass. But I think this game will come too quickly for him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, looking back at the Montrose game, how disappointing was it not to get on the score sheet?
Yeah, it's always disappointing when you don't score, don't you? I didn't think we played well on the night. I didn't think we created enough chances. Montrose were very well organised. We found it difficult to break them down. So yeah, it's always disappointing when you've not scored. But it's also good when you keep a clean sheet as well, isn't it? So that was important for us as well on the night, because we didn't play well.
So home this weekend. Just how big a part can the fans play, and how hopeful are you get a good crowd here to get behind you?
Yeah, I think the fans are important, aren't they, to get behind the team. I think they've always got behind their team. So yeah, it is crucial that we've got them on board. It's a massive match, as we all know, and and hopefully they'll get behind the team. I'm sure they will.
How much of a gap do you think there is between that top of that lower league and the championship? Do you think there's not a lot in it? Do you think the team?
Well, there certainly wasn't a lot on it on Tuesday night, was there? Because Montrose were probably the better team. They had more entries into our box. They put us under a lot of pressure with long balls and long throws and corner kicks, which is to be expected. So on that performance, there's no difference, is there? So all I'm concerned about is trying to beat Montrose, and on Tuesday night they were probably the better team. So we've got to do much better on Saturday.
So what do you think needs to happen to just dig that bit deeper to get a result?
Well, we need to create more chances, don't we? We need to set the tempo. I think the game was very slow on Tuesday. The ball wasn't moving quick enough for me, so we need to make sure we move that ball as quick as we can and create chances and really try and get entries into their box and not put them under a lot of pressure. We were under a lot of pressure on Tuesday night. We want to try and make sure we put them under pressure on Saturday.
I suppose it's the Old Firm game as well at the weekend. Could that affect how much of a crowd you get? Could that be any sort of a factor?
No idea, and you know what? I didn't even know there was an Old Firm game on, so there you go. I'm not interested one iota. All I concentrate on is my team.
Good stuff. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Which I didn't even know there was an Old Firm game, by the way.
Given that it was a goalless draw midweek, this is really sudden death, isn't it?
Yeah, it's knockout, isn't it? We've got to win the match to stay in to go into the next round of the playoffs. But look, I was happy in what happened on Tuesday night in the end, because we struggled and we could easily have been doing in that game. So I was made up with a clean sheet. I thought the defenders did very well. They stood up to everything, and we kept a clean sheet. So, but you're right. We've got to win Saturday, haven't we?
And in fact, there's a bit of an imbalance, really, I suppose, because if you lose on Saturday, you go down. But in order to survive, you not only have to win on Saturday, but also across the next 2 games after that. It's a bit of an imbalance, 1 against 3.
Well, we've got to win. It doesn't matter how it is. We've got to win, haven't we? We've got to win Saturday. We've managed to keep a clean sheet, keep the tie alive, bring them to our place. Before the game, yeah, I wanted to win, but during the game, I was happy to take a draw. We've got the draw. We take them to our place. We win the match. That's all I'm focusing on. And we go to the next one. But first things first, we've got to win this match. It's going to be tough. We know how good they were on Tuesday night. Big, strong team. They go direct. They've got a bit of pace up front. So yeah, good organised team, well coached. So we need to go for it. We need to try and break them down.
You suggested there that you weren't altogether happy with the performance midweek. What have you been saying and doing to get something that's a bit better on Saturday?
Well, not a lot just now, because we've given them a day off, recovery day, so we'll go back into training today. But I think the players in the dressing room knew that they didn't quite perform on the night. It was difficult conditions, but that was only one of the excuses. But I mean, Montrose played very well, didn't they? But we weren't that bad. But we just need to make sure we create much more chances. We never created enough chances in front of the goal, to be fair. I mean, we need to create much more chances, and hopefully we'll take some of them.
That's grand, thank you very much.
You were speaking there about how you felt you didn't create enough chances. How much of a difference do you think it'll make playing on grass instead of a plastic pitch, as you mentioned there?
Well, on Tuesday night it was dry. It was a very dry pitch, which slowed the ball down quite a bit. Time will tell, won't it? At the end of the day, I mean, we're expecting Montrose to be as good as they were on Tuesday night, on Saturday. We know how tough the game is going to be. We're at home. It's on the grass. We did well in the last game against Morton. We played well against Raith Rovers the couple of Fridays before that. So we're on a bit of form. I just think Montrose did much better than us on Tuesday night, and we need to make sure that we're better. And hopefully we will be. I'm sure we will.
Is playing on a plastic pitch sometimes a barrier to trying to play attacking football?
Well, it wasn't Tuesday night, wasn't it? Because we never created any chances, but they created chances. So look, I think you all know my feelings on a pitch like that. It's no for me, but it is where we are, and we dealt with it as best we could on Tuesday. But let's not take nothing away from Montrose. They were fantastic on the night. They played better than us, so they deserve a lot of credit for that. We just need to improve our performance. It doesn't matter if we're playing that car park or playing it there. We need to make sure we improve our performance. That's the main thing.
Obviously, with it being 0-0 in the first league, does it help the kind of mindset of the players that this is almost like a one-off, sort of no aggregate to take into account or anything like that, just go out and win the game? It
could do. It's a cup final, isn't it? We've got to win the game to get in the next round, and that's it. So we've got to do as much as we possibly can, and I'm sure the players will be ready.
Duncan, you hope the job's done in 90 minutes, but are you practicing penalties just in case it does go to this?
Well, we'll do it today. We'll do it today, and we'll do it next day probably as well, to make sure we get our penalty takers. We want to get it done. I'm sure Montrose want to get it done as well in the 90 minutes. So we'll be going all out to try and win the match, and hopefully that's what will happen.
Yeah, for a part-time team, they've got quite a lot of experience within their ranks, haven't they?
They have. They played very well on the night. So yeah, I know they've got an ex-player who played here, did very well on the night as well. Got some young players up front. Got a bit of experience at the back. And I thought all in all they were impressive on the night, and we know how tough it's going to be. They're a big, strong, physical team. We're not the biggest team, but we're a football team. We like to play the passes, but we just have to deal with it, don't we?
And just finally, from you, just before the Morton game, you spoke about the team needs to give the fans the belief and voice, and I think they found that against Morton. The crowd was nearly 3,000, so the numbers were up. So see that again. Hopefully this weekend the fans can really.
Yeah, I think they know how important it is, don't they? How important it is for everybody. We're desperate to stay in this division. It's been a tough season for us, even though, you know, we've not been far away. But I think the fans are crucial for us, aren't they? And to be fair, they've got behind their team, particularly the last few home games, and we've got to make sure we set that tempo and give them something to shout about.
You've talked about the players' mindset and the pressure they might be under. With it essentially being a knockout game, does it change how you approach things this weekend?
Yes, because obviously if the game goes deep and we're you know, it's level, for instance, you can start to make different substitutions, can't you? Obviously, in the end on Tuesday, I was happy with the draw as the game was going on. You know, I took the draw because I knew we were under pressure and we were struggling to cope. So it's definitely on your mind, but obviously come Saturday it's the knockout, and if it goes deep into the game, we'll make different substitutions.
I guess this is a club that have thrived in knockout situations in the past, so it needs to be hoping the same sort of thing happens now.
Yeah, absolutely. We've just got to perform, haven't we? We've got to perform. I didn't think we were at it on Tuesday night the way we wanted to be. For a lot of factors, obviously Montrose been doing very well in the game. So I want my players to really react and perform the way I know they can perform, as they've done in the last couple of home games.
You talked a few times about Montrose playing well on Tuesday. Did they surprise you at all being the first time you were up against them?
Well, it's the first time I saw them. I thought they were very good. Surprise. I think you're always going to know that it's never going to be easy, is it? Nothing's easy. Nothing is easy. So I knew how tough the game was going to be. They've got a good balance throughout the team, good organisation. They've got a bit of threat in behind with the strikers. Got the experience at the back, good physicality, got experience in the middle of the pitch. So I wouldn't say the word was surprised, because I knew how tough the game was going to be, but they're a very good team, and that's why they're fourth in their division.